Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Monster, episode 47. Okay.
Grimmer is officially a Kinderheim 511 survivor.
He pulverized all the attackers.
Yes.
Sook has been shot. He's been
Repeatedly.
stitched up along with some of the attackers.
Yeah.
And they're being taken to a hospital.
Right. Sook is still in trouble with the law, though, so there's that. But
Yes.
Grimmer is going to corroborate his story and try and prove his innocence, even though he is the wanted man himself as well.
So
yeah.
Buddy. Okay. Well, it's crazy. Johan is out there.
Yep.
And it's, yeah. So
Nana still en route.
Yeah. Without further ado, let's get into this. Johan des.
Why is his head down? If this was the actual Anna. Oh. But then where's
Dieter then?
Right.
Yeah. Oh.
私をアンナって呼ぶの。
連続殺人事件の容疑者のスークが収容されているのに、警官のことかも見当たらない。俺が行かなきゃ意味がない。
Besides, we're both wanted fugitives.
という怪我人が収容されているはずなんですが。で、その人たちは今どこの病室に？
ひどい怪我でしたけど、処理後に皆さん転院されました。
転院って。
Secure location.
さあ、救急車が来て6名全員の銃撃されて担ぎ込まれた患者さんなんていませんけど。
じゃあ、ヤンスークという急患がここに運び込まれたという記録は？
ありません。
That's a problem.
その資料とテープは今どこに？
手元にはない。あるところに預けてやる。
その資料とテープの内容、どういうものですか？
テープも触りだけしか聞いていない。
何が録音されていたんですか？
Yes.
子供の声。
Talking it.
子供？
Yep.
あれは薬物を投与されて尋問されたんだろう。その子は名前を聞かれてヨハンと答えていた。
Okay.
テープは今どこに？
Oh. Hello.
ご同行願えますか。
スープはどこだ？
Who is us?
お互いビジネスライクに行きましょう。
あんたがこれ以上巻き込まれることはない。
いや、
I love how chill Grimmer is about everything.
Yeah.
尋ねたいことがあるんです。
ようこそ。どうぞこちらへ。
あの男は
どうやら旧チェコスロバキア秘密警察の大物
カレル・ランケ大佐。
お偉方直々のお出まし。
荒な真似をして申し訳なかった。指揮系統の手違いで意図しない事態になってしまった。我々は今大変な誤解を受けている。
スークは
我々の関係の病院に収容した。
Okay.
命に別状はない。
誤解が聞いて呆れるな。
今回の事件で我々は誰一人として殺していない。
あの金髪の女はあんた方の差し金で動いているんじゃないのか？
情報は入っているが、我々とは全く無関係だ。
Okay.
我々も非常に迷惑をし我々が欲しいのは人の命ではない。あのテープと資料をドイツの友人が欲しが、私はビジネスの話をしたいだけだ。スークと引き換えにあのテープと資料をいただきたい。
どこにあるか知らないな。
そういうやりとりはやめましょう。
繰り返しちゃいけない。私は出身者だから。
Yeah.
君、年齢は？
Yeah, that is a very good question.
あ
Yeah.
そこを出たのは？
Yeah, we were literally discussing this last
一応
episode.
14歳ってことになっているが、
How old are you now?
30年前の話だ。
Okay, dang.
入ったのは？
Wow.
この子を知らないか？私の甥いだ。
Oh, okay.
60年代初め私がサインしたんだ。
Sign them.
話ではそこは素晴らしい環境だった。
Gotcha. How wrong
私が
they were.
Yeah.
511キンダーハイムにその子を入れるためサイン
Very
したん
personal
だよ。
reasons and motivations for
Wait a
this guy.
わからん。あそこでのこと、それ以前のこと、まるで覚えてないんだ。自分の本当の名前すらね。
この件はビジネスとして前向きにお考え願いたい。わかりました。今日のところはお引き取りいただいて結構です。
要求を飲めば彼はスークを解放すると思います。
There's that moth again. What?
グリマーさん、ここは
The smell? Is the car bombed? Wait, what?
グリマーさん
It is, you're right.
週1回のココアの支給が楽しみだ。僕が熱を出して医務室で寝ているとき、ココアを持ってきてくれた。自分のココアをあんなに好きだったの。あんなに美味しいココアは初めてだった。だから何かあいつにお礼がしたかった。するとあいつは言ったんだ。僕のことを覚えていてくれって。あの頃みんなの間で流行ってたんだ。よくわからないけど奇妙な授業で毎日自分の記憶が薄れていくんだ。自分の名前すら忘れそうになるんだ。友達に自分のことを覚えていてもらうんだ。あいつはココアが好きで絵を描くのが好きで虫が好きだった。
So cool.
でも昆虫採集は虫を殺すから嫌いだった。たくさん蝶を取った。でもあいつは帰り際に虫かごから蝶を逃がしたんだ。あいつの夢は昆虫学者になることだった。あいつの名前はアドルフ・ラインハルト。
Oh, dang. Whoa. Wow.
私の老いだ。
Oh.
おかえり。
彼に隠し事をしちゃダメだよ。
乾杯。
いやあ、おかえり。
Oh, it's Anna.
どうしたのみんな。私ここを知ってる。怖い。このドアも知ってる。
Show it knows how to just get you tense.
怖いから。
Some 3D on the door.
Yeah.
ドクター・テンマ、あのテープも資料もあんたには関係ない。
いや、私にも
話している暇はなさそうだ。
Here we go.
じっくりと考えていただけましたかな。
ああ、テープも研究資料も渡す気はない。スークの身に何かあったら永久にあのテープと資料はこの世から消えてなくなる。
そういうくだらないやりとりはやめましょう。
ただしテープの音だけは聞かせてやってもいい。条件はあなたがそれらを売ろうとしているドイツの友人とのビジネスを忘れることだ。あくまであなたが個人的に聞きたいというのならテープの音を聞かせてあげても。
こんなことやってる場合じゃないんだ。
Yeah.
今こうしている間にもそのテープのせいで誰かが殺されるかもしれないんだ。そのテープに吹き込まれた声の主、
Yeah.
ヨハンにだ。
ドクター・テンマ、
あなた方を巻き添えにしたくなかった。だが全て話すよ。また何人も殺される前に全てを消し去ろうとしているのかもしれない。
Also very possible.
あなた方は15年前一体何をしたんだ。ミカルスカ地区チェドック橋近くにある親子がいた。その親子はある日秘密警察に連れ去られた。
お兄ちゃん。どうしたのニナ。
Oh my gosh.
この階段を引きずられるように連れて行かれた。
確かに私は全ての情報が耳に入る立場にあった。あの男がやっていたこと、秘密警察のどの部署に属しているのか、どの命令系統のもとにいるのかもわからなかったあの男。いろいろな人間をどういう理由か報告することもなく自由に拘束できた。彼は赤いバラの屋敷の男と呼ばれていた。
その男が関係していたというのか。
非常に物腰の優雅な静かな男だった。フランツ・ボナパルタ。 彼にはペンネームもあったからな。
Oh my god.
ペンネーム。
彼は絵本作家でもあったんだよ。
Oh, that's just
Okay.
中
Okay.
で絵本を描いて。
絵本。
ああ、奇妙な絵本だったよ。
yeah.
名前のない怪物とかいう。
でも
Oh,
ドア
her
を開
face
け
is
て
in
帰ってきたの
shadow.
は私。私を迎えている。
Ha ha. Ha.
おかえり。
Oh. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of this was very much expected. Nothing really surprising or out of the ordinary happened here. And I don't even think there's much to discuss. You know, we could just call it right here. Like, what happened this episode? Like,
So
Anna's back.
Anna's back, and I love that she has assumed the name Nina Fortner.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
so coming back and hearing Anna,
She's like, how do they know my name? How do they know my face? How?
well, also like they know her like recently. Like
Yeah.
you seem a bit off.
Right.
What's weird? And it's like,
Uh-huh.
oh my god. Like, can you imagine
how's
the fear?
that boy that you've been talking to? You know, how's that going? You know,
Right. Can
Yeah.
you imagine the fear that would come from having someone else essentially being able to wear your
yeah.
face and just be able to
Yeah.
do that?
it's like identity theft before the internet. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Now, I almost want to go deep into the theories immediately, but I don't want to. But yeah, so remind me to come back to the whole Anna thing. Just remind me to come back to
Sure.
that at some point before the discussion's over.
Okay.
We have this whole situation with Grimmer. They go to look for Sook. Sook's not there.
Right.
Czech secret police picked him up. Okay, they moved him to a hospital. All right,
Yep.
they want to make a deal for the tapes. This is very... And the
Cool.
research documents. It makes sense.
It's very straightforward,
Very
actually.
straightforward.
And the Czech secret police guy, I forget his name. I can't believe I forgot his name.
We know his
already.
last name is Reinhardt.
Right. But
Well, wait, no, we don't.
because it's his nephew.
Right, he's
But-
like a colonel or something.
Right. But the colonel guy, he was actually very like,
Reasonable.
very reasonable. You know, like not at all what I would expect considering the other Czech secret police guys that we've
Right.
seen so far. But he was like, hey, this is what I need. You know, he didn't even do the I'll make you an offer I can't refuse.
Yeah.
You know, like that might have been what he was coming here for.
Right.
Until they started talking about the stuff and the whole
Yes.
thing with Grimmer, like that probably changed things a lot. Yeah, that's probably what saved their lives.
Right.
Yeah.
But now we get this, like, just unending sequence of reveals and just what imagery.
Yeah.
So Anna is tracing back her steps to the three frogs. I was called tree frogs. That's funny. 3 frogs.
Those do exist too.
They
but-
do exist, yes. And then realizing this used to be her place, and then realizing this used to be their place, you know, and then realizing that she was taken away, but then she came back, but then when she came back, herself greeted her. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But then we have the whole thing with Grimmer, you know, basically saying, you know, I can let you listen to the tape, but I also knew your nephew.
That whole reveal, by the way, was great, both from a standpoint of Grimmer and giving him characterization and backstory without really giving him backstory, kind of, you know, but then also giving an emotional anchor to this Colonel guy. That was fantastic, because we already kind of liked him because he was being so, like, you know, like, just agreeable and, like, you know, like...
Way better than you could have been.
Way better than you could have been, right? And way better than everything leading up to this point would make us believe. And then they like, it's like, all in one episode of being introduced, he's almost like part of the crew now, sort of, almost kind of like...
Because he has to deal with this whole thing as well.
Like, they put everything on the table.
And they
like,
told him.
Yeah, Tenma did the whole 10 years ago, you know, and all that stuff, and it's like, okay, like, all right. And he told them about the picture book, and now we know what kind of twisted mind would come up with something like that, and then indoctrinated into children.
So here's the crazy thing, Jacob. Franz Bonaparte.
Yeah.
Who is that?
I think it's a new character.
Okay.
Because the thing is that this was 15 years ago, so it's not Johan. Johan did not do that when he was 5 or 6 years old, right?
Right, yeah.
He's good, but he's not that good.
Yeah.
Now, he was probably the other Anna in the room with the picture book, sure. But it seems like a new character. Because they did the whole name introduction and things like that in the pen name and everything. Even giving him a title, the rose.
The man in the red roomed mansion or something like that, yeah.
It feels straight out of some kind of like Sherlock Holmes mystery,
totally.
Like little, mini story title. The man with the orange pips, and all that stuff,
right.
or singing violin and everything. But wow. So how many conspiracy organizations have Johan and Anna been a part of? Like, was them going to Kinderheim? Like, was that all intent? Because that was Germany, right? And that was the other guy, the older guy, right? That found them and then took them to Kinderheim, right?
Right.
But this is something different,
right?
So
that's why I'm wondering what the connection is between this person and Johan.
Yeah, because I wouldn't be surprised okay, Johan's father does not exist right now.
That, yep.
And the fact that so
I was thinking that too, Jacob.
Like, that could be what it is. And the thing is that we know that Johan's mother was a call girl, right?
Yeah.
So the father could be anybody is the thing, right? And the thing is, even if he wasn't actually Johan's father,
yeah,
he could think he was, right?
Oh, Well, Jacob.
What?
Hold on. Johan is like person who is like people wanted to plan out his life, right?
Yes.
The mother was called by the Czech secret police. Remember? Oh wait, hold on.
Wait. So no, because the colonel and this Rose's mansion guy, they were both in the Czech secret police, but different things. So, yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, and this is all before Kinderheim, anyways. So,
yeah, I feel like I'm properly now unable to discern based on clues of anything of what this guy is.
Properly unable.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
Unable to discern
I get what you
anything
mean.
about this Franz
Yeah.
Bonaparte thing. Character.
But the picture book, it almost seems like it, and the fact that it was so rare, and in very specific areas, almost seems like it was created specifically for Johan and Anna.
I know.
Or whatever kids they managed to get, right?
Or Franz was the original monster,
Sure. And he's trying to create little mini-me's or whatever. Yeah. Totally. Could definitely see that. But with the whole thing of the monster that splits and then they come back and everything, the thing is, that's almost exactly what's been happening with Johan and Anna. So I almost want to just call them Johanna. But
yeah,
I would not at all be surprised if it was written specifically for them to achieve some specific goal, right? The idea of them being able to be interchangeable, be whoever, just wipe away their identity so that way they can be anybody, or something along those lines. Because when Johan made it to Kinderheim, he certainly... He was just, okay, whatever. I'm anybody. Names don't mean anything.
I mean, we don't know how long it took him to kill everyone. Or
right.
have everyone kill him.
Yeah, but we know that this was 5 years before Kinderheim, because it was 15 years ago, or maybe 4 years before Kinderheim, if it's been a year since, the start of the show or whatever.
Sure.
But this almost seems like it was... Because it seems like they're going back to the whole nature versus nurture thing, because there was the nature versus nurture with Kinderheim, and then it's like, no, we didn't do that. We just found him, and he was like, prime pupil. But now it almost seems like, are they saying that Johan and potentially
it was nurtured
by
this
and
Franz
primed
Bonaparte,
by this, dude. But then of course they could go back even further, how much of it was nature versus nurture, but because there was still the whole thing of the the secret police that came and get them, and then there was the fire and the one that stayed behind, and then they disappeared.
Yeah.
And that whole thing, and that could have been connected to secret police too.
Yeah, there's so many convoluted ways that could be done as well.
So many ways this could go. And I felt like with the visuals and the choices that they made here with Anna's whole thing with Dieter, that was terrifying. It was terrifying, right? So unsettling. But it felt like they were taking it up a notch from what they did with, like, whenever they were dealing with Kinderheim and the like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had the door distort. They they had the whole thing of Anna coming in and seeing herself looking creepy and holding the picture
hearing
book
the
and
voice.
stuff.
Oh,
right,
Nissan.
Yeah.
I just got chills.
Like it almost seems in a way kind of like power escalation, where it's like there's an even crazier secret organization that's much smaller or something, or this specific sect of it or whatever, but
or just a person,
or just a person, right, that's really screwed up and knows how to do this stuff, that then did whatever he did to Johann and Anna that made it so that when Johann went to Kinderheim, he was able to flourish.
Yeah.
Whereas then Anna went to a wholesome place and was able to mostly move past it.
But
yeah,
I am properly on the edge of my seat with just no real idea about like what's gonna happen next.
One thing though that this is almost sniper rifle levels of just satisfaction right here.
What's that?
Central Intelligence Agency. The characters are all sharing the information.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it wasn't, they didn't drag it out by saying, like, well, they don't have reason to say it in this specific way that will cause it to, like, they got it all out there, like, most of it out there, you know.
I could feel you throughout the reaction being like, yes, he does have things to do with this, Grimmer. Like, don't you... Oh, right. And then Tenma literally says,
this is why. Let me tell you my entire story.
Because of this happening, you guys are having to deal with someone whose voice is on the recording, who's doing all this, and Grimmer's like, Dr. Tenma, like, you made this connection. How?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you guys don't know my story entirely.
Exactly.
Let me explain to you.
Yeah.
And then it's like...
This is why when the DM puts you and an NPC on the same pathway for a long period of time where you're doing some overland travel that will take a couple days, you talk to them.
Yes.
Because that could smooth a lot of things out. Now, they didn't. They still talked about the blonde lady that's killing people. And there was nothing there, which I guess sort of makes sense because blonde lady, there are multiple blonde ladies in the world.
Well, I think because Tenma said the person who's orchestrating the deaths, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, he said that's right.
He doesn't. Again, Tenma's also, I would say, thinks like a proper, a person who doesn't make theories like us. They make more factual statements. And this person is connected to Johann.
Right.
That's what he's saying. It's basically, it doesn't matter whether or not this girl is Johann. The point is that this is Johann's desire to
He's the one that stands to gain by doing all of this.
Right. So he's the one doing it. Regardless of whether or not he's the one pulling the trigger.
Right. Which will be probably an interesting surprise when they find out. Like, okay, I don't... There's a part of me that always looks for, like, the comedy in, like, the intense moments where it doesn't belong, you know?
Oh, sure.
And wanted Anna and Dieter, or Nina and Dieter, to just sort of walk by in front of the restaurant. Everyone be like, it's her! Get her! And then Tenma's like, Anna? Tenma? Dieter? What?
Donkey!
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my gosh. But, oh man,
that is basically exactly what I wanted to happen. But
okay, so I gotta go back to that bit with Anna in the beginning.
Yes.
So crazy territory here. Crazy territory. Anna's going, here, right?
Yeah.
And she's hearing her name, her old name. It's making her relive memories and stuff. Then we have all this imagery of. Was that older Anna? I mean, is that kid Anna? Was that kid Johann? But it doesn't look like either of them. I'm going out there. I'm pulling it out there. There's a third. There's a triplet. That's like, I'm going straight. I'm going straight to the stupid stands. There's a triplet. There's a third child out there. Okay, chill.
What is this, NBC? Like, let's pull another bullshit familial connection out of thin air. Like,
what do you mean?
Well, okay, all right, sorry.
Okay.
There
is a possibility that this is true,
but
this
like
isn't completely stupid.
Okay, it's not completely stupid.
I know. It is pretty stupid.
But why would they do that? Like because
why?
Okay,
why are they showing it this way, though, Jacob? This is how.
Yeah. Okay.
This is how my mind works. This is how my mind works.
I see what you mean.
No, hold on. This is how my mind works. I go for the things that are the most obviously not right answers, and then by weeding those out, it makes the more correct answers more plausible. So the way I think about it is that discerning this is like answering a multiple choice question with 12 answers.
Sure.
The best way to up my odds of getting the correct answer is to find out which ones I can safely remove as being like above a 75% chance of being incorrect. And then once all those are removed, now, oh, look at that. It's a 1 in 5.
Sure, yeah.
Now, because that has kind of been, removed out there, why did they choose to show it this way? We had, like, wine being dropped. We had an old guy like, come pie. We had someone coming to, like, put his hand on the screen and stuff.
Right.
Someone to come and grab them or something.
We had probably the mother.
We had a person. Now, I want to be clear here. We had an episode a while back where Tenma was talking with a guy saying, like, what was the, was it a boy or a girl? The child.
Right.
And he's like, when they're that age, you can't really tell the difference. What I find to be interesting here is that the perspective, I think, was supposed to be Anna's memory. Right?
Right.
Whoever was the perspective character in that bit was Anna. That means every time someone was looking, every time we were seeing something, that was from Anna's look going out.
Right.
So we had the look of like looking down up towards the mother. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Child Anna.
Yep.
We had the point of the guy coming with his hand to grab them. Anna, child.
Assuming they don't have any kind of memory transfer sci-fi technology in this world, which they probably don't.
Which I actually say, Jacob, we can't even trust these memories because here's the thing: Kinderheim exists.
They could be brainwashed in or whatever.
No, we literally have a plot point in this where someone's memory has been tampered with.
Yeah, and they have to remember something about someone else for them. Which here's another thing that I thought was weird. Now maybe I was just because that whole scene was kind of it got me up here.
Yeah.
Right. But it seemed like Anna was saying that she was welcoming home.
I know. I know. That's why my brain went to the stupid theory immediately in the like in the discussion. But I wanted to hold off on that because I'm because we know it's not a triplet.
Well, here's the way it potentially could be.
Okay.
Well, no, because it was in there that stuff happened. Okay, I thought it was going to say that one was in the mansion, and then 2 were in the Three Frogs. That the mother basically took them away, managed to get 2 of them away or something. I don't know. And then one of them was taken back, and that's where the whole thing happened. But Anna had the flashback in the Three Frogs, so that's where it was. Even though that was where the fire thing happened, and then there was the other one that disappeared.
So there is a less than 1% chance, but above 0% chance of the triplets thing being possible.
If that ends up happening,
big brain Caleb, I'm like
yeah
I'm like this doesn't make sense, but I'm just gonna like extrapolate it out of
that's light Yagami level, like smart anime character level stuff, like where
it's not gonna be that though. What I think is the case is that this is the classic trick though of Johan impersonating Anna even as a young child.
Right. Yes. Totally.
Now,
absolutely.
There's maybe some gender dysphoria in there or something like that, or maybe it's just a classic thing of Johan being so alone that he wanted to be with Anna, so he made himself look like Anna, and he had maybe imaginary conversations with himself.
And it could it could also be them specifically trying to make it so that he has no identity, that way he can be anybody, and that's just a practice thing. But yeah.
Okay. What I also think they're doing here, this is the thing I'm really excited about, is back way at the beginning of the show, we were thinking like, how is this all going to end, right?
Well, it started with Revelation.
No. I'm talking about Johan versus Tenma. How is this all going to end? Well, one of the things that we predicted was that Anna is endgame. So she has to survive up until that point.
No.
Now hold on, Jacob.
Okay.
Hold on. we also talked about who has to win. And we came to the conclusion that neither of them should win entirely.
Okay.
They should both win in their own way. Like, Johan should be stopped. Right.
Sure.
But Johan's goal of whatever that is should be fulfilled.
Right.
What I think we're now getting a little bit of a revelation of is that Johan, and this is now I'm going even, like, not as deep as triplets.
And this is to go even further
but
beyond.
I think Johan, once he was split from Anna and she came back, he has now realized that his primary goal is now to prep her, basically to
Gotcha.
so they can be whole again, so they can rejoin,
so they can be like Black Lagoon murder twins, like
essentially. But I think in Johan's mind, he sees it as way more sadistic than that, but in a way that doesn't to him seem sadistic. It's what do you mean there are twins?
We're just two halves of the same person.
We're just two halves of the same person.
Well,
exactly.
That's what it is in the story.
That's what it is in the story. That's my point.
So they could have been brainwashed into thinking that was something that's... I don't know.
Now. If we want to go really crazy here, really crazy, I'm talking some like... Ooh...
He's actually the incarnation of the Judeo-Christian Antichrist.
No. That's all bullcrap, whatever. None of that. No, I'm just saying that there's a part of this where Johan wants to make her his. And it's not something creepy like that. It's more just that, like, he wants to be able to basically just be done. Be done with this.
Okay.
And just...
disappear in that sense?
like die. Like he wants to just say go. Like it's your turn. Like
and in that way kind of never have existed.
Let her engorge him essentially.
Okay.
Like,
I like that because it still goes along the idea that Johan has had of wanting to just erase all traces of himself, right?
Yeah.
And if he were to do that and make it so that really Tenma's the only one that knows Johan exists, really.
Yeah.
And then insert himself as Anna.
Yeah.
Right. And then make Anna take his place.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why he would want that to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's why I think it's, again, a weird theory, is that I think that in some ways this whole Prague thing seems off for Johan, right?
Right. And we haven't seen him in a while, too. Like...
Right, but we put it up to being that this is his home.
Right.
He is close to that which is his original, or his origins.
Right.
So he's off. He's not in a good way.
Right. Yeah.
But what if it is all according to plan, the plan that he's kind of just making up
that we just haven't seen and that's why they don't want to show it to us?
It's all for her.
Sure.
This is all the perfect trap to bring her in, break her down, mold her, and then be like, go.
You know what?
And then he just disappears. Whether or not he dies or he just
vanishes
so that he can finally have some semblance of sanity.
Well, yeah, that would be crazy. Okay, what if he got Tenma to kill Nina, thinking that she was Johan?
Right.
That would just be crazy. But
I mean, that would be the best way to disappear.
Yeah, because then the one person that knew about you wouldn't know about you and all that stuff.
Because right now he can't avoid the fact that so many people know he exists.
Right.
But if he got everything to be pinned on her to the point where they believe they actually stopped Johan, you know what that means? In a lot of ways, we need to watch Dieter. If Dieter gets abducted, kidnapped, or we see someone else that's just being like, hey, kid, don't touch my boy. Like, get away from him. Get away from him.
Now, here's the thing. The biggest reason I would say, with all this theorizing and stuff, the biggest reason that we can know that Anna is actually Anna, that Nina is Nina, right? That Nina is not Johan, is because of how she responded to all of the stuff in the room. Now here's the thing. There wouldn't be a reason for that to happen if that was Johan.
What? Why?
Except that Dieter is there. So, the fact that we don't know what Johann's really up to, because here's the thing, this is the weirdest part about all this.
Kill me, Jacob.
Is that we don't actually know what Johann's up to. We know that he's doing the whole thing with Suk, but that seems to be over. We know there's a thing with the tape. Cool, right? But if he was wanting to basically, he was already planting the idea, and he actually just, basically, that he whisked away Anna somehow when her and Dieter were separated.
Sure. Yeah, I'm saying there is no way we can 100% know that that's not Johann.
Right.
There is a small percentage chance, extremely small, that is Johann.
Right.
It doesn't really matter yet, though.
Sure.
Because Dieter is still okay.
Yeah, Dieter's still okay.
It's Anna.
Right.
It's Anna.
It's Anna.
It kind of wastes time story-wise to have it be Johann, in my opinion.
It does.
So it's Anna. Yeah. That's Dieter. Everything's cool.
Right.
But
for now,
Anna's memories and stuff, I don't believe we can fully trust them.
Right.
That's my thing, is that I think she is close, because this was an episode about remembering. Because Grimmer remembered.
They did a lot. Yeah,
that was a very touching moment, because you could tell that this was something that he was so scared about forgetting his friend that he made himself be brainwashed in some ways to have these specific facts on like cue to be like, okay, I ramble these off and they help me remember who he was.
He probably like spent hours just focusing on things, just association and stuff, so that way, because he knew he would forget is the thing. Right,
because they were getting bombarded with so many drugs and weird hypnotherapy stuff that they were probably losing their memory like every month. You know,
exactly. They certainly didn't know who they were, and they don't have any. Exactly.
Well, that was the thing. There was a point when he says they did know who they were, but they were fearful of actually forgetting who they were.
Right, because they did eventually.
Eventually.
Grimmer doesn't know who he is. And the only way to find out, which is I thought was a really cool way that they could potentially introduce motivation for Grimmer, other than just the whole Kinderheim thing, is that if he helps the Colonel guy find this kid, now grown man somewhere, he could, that dude could remember. I mean, we don't know if they had like
unless he's dead.
Remember for remembering thing, unless he's dead and all sorts of things, but he could theoretically remember who Grimmer is.
True.
Which, I mean, come on, that's fantastic.
Okay. So here's the other crazy thing about the triplet theory. The reason why I kind of like it.
I mean, hey, it's crazy enough that if Monster managed to pull it off, then
is that, you remember how we were always having the multiple personality talk about Johann way back when?
Yeah.
This would be a form of that, but having it actually be real. And it'd be the reason how Johann is able to do so much.
Hey, that would I feel like that would detract from Johann's like creepy cool factor if it's like there were 7 of them.
Unless they're literally the same person, like they were so broken and stuff.
And maybe that's what the experiments could be there to help cause that to happen. But
yeah, I think in some ways it's the two personalities thing is an even better theory, and because that's under that amount of trauma they would be stressed to that point of snapping.
And here's the thing:
internally.
That's how you can kind of essentially have the same thing as the triplets.
Sure,
because one personality, 2 personality, Nina, right?
Yeah,
there you go.
There's the triplets,
right?
Yeah.
And then you can do it that way.
Yeah. But guys, Monster is so crazy, so intense, and has got so much stuff happening that, like, I feel like I need to treat this show like Lost and, like, get, like, a wall and, like, pins and dots and notes and everything and be like, guys, Johann is actually, from the past. He did a time machine and he birthed himself and he's Franz Bonaparte.
We can't leave anything off the table. I mean, come on now. But he's actually an alien. And that's why he's so pale and all that stuff, is because
he's also secretly a descendant of the Adolf Hitler.
Can't you see the resemblance?
Bad joke. Anyway,
but like,
guys, this is nuts. Like the amount of stuff that they're setting up here is huge. The other thing that's really crazy is that we have a lot of episodes still to go.
Yeah,
we have a lot.
Yeah,
and Anna is just like scratching the tip of the iceberg here. So it's like they're saying, buckle up. We still have a lot to do.
And this train has no brakes.
And then they also tied things back to Munich. Which, Now, here's the thing. There's a very simple explanation for the buyer thing. Johann was looking for anyone that could, sell the book and things like that.
Yeah.
But what that means in some ways is that the other guy really doesn't know who he was dealing with, the Colonel guy. So Johann is here in some ways as the buyer to get the book.
And that makes sense. You know why? Because they said that the person was killed.
Yeah.
Johann's like, well, gotta tie up loose ends. That didn't turn out anything, so, pop.
Oh, you're saying that was the reason why he came to Prague in the first place?
No, not necessarily that. I mean, could be.
No,
could be something that he's like, oh, well, I'm here, kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, I think if anything, what we can know is that he's having the similar kind of memory deals that Anna is experiencing right now.
Yeah.
But, yeah. How much would you pay for this show to go into Johann's head for just, like, half an episode?
It's weird, because
I would go nuts if they
I
did
would
that.
as well.
I'd be so happy.
I would as well, but I also feel like it'd be jumping the shark on the show.
Well, not necessarily next episode. I'm just meaning before the show ends, Jacob.
Right, but I feel like in order for that kind of a thing to have the most weight possible, it would need to be before the end. It couldn't be in like the last episode or the second to last episode. I mean, maybe they could.
What you mean is near the end, right? Like very close to the end.
Well, I was talking in a negative.
Oh, so you said that would need to happen before the end, and I'm like, well, obviously it has to happen before the end. So what do you mean it has to happen by a certain point?
Like if it was part of the resolution of the story,
then you wouldn't like it.
I would still love it, but it would be different. It wouldn't.
Where would
feel
you
as
prefer to get in Johann's head?
I would love to have it just be an episode somewhere in the middle of from here to the end of the show, where it's just kind of like what we got with Johann before.
But then how is that? Oh, but we didn't get inside Johann's head.
We didn't get inside his head, but we got to follow him around a bit, and that was very interesting.
Yeah. But how would you said it would be jumping the shark though if we did it?
The reason why it could be jumping the shark, I know, yeah, it's contradictory. Why would I say have it in the middle and then? Because the thing is that it would be so good if they actually did it right? And that's kind of the reason why I'm guessing they haven't done it. One, to keep the mystery element up, but also just because how do you write a character that thinks
Anna
on that kind
and
of
Johann
level?
meet?
Sure,
we get to have them both.
Yeah,
like having some freak out moment.
Sure, yeah,
and we get inside Johann's head for a little bit.
Right, have the conversation be from a perspective, and maybe we're not able to
third-person omniscient, maybe.
Sure, or even we're not able to tell whose perspective we're seeing.
Oh, yeah, even better. See, there's plenty of ways they could do it.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily jumping the shark. It's just a dangerous thing to do.
Right, but the thing is, like, that would be so good and so juicy. After they do that, what could they possibly do that would come close to that?
What do you mean? We have the whole thing with Tenma. We have the whole thing of what Johann actually does.
Yes,
like we have the whole thing with what he and Anna then actually talk about.
Okay,
Once they've actually
that's how, correct, because then it could be tied to the whole thing of Johann making himself be like Tenma, and then if Tenma kills Anna, thinking it's Johann, and then you don't know, and
I'm really worried about Anna again. Yeah. I'm in that place again in the story where I'm like, oh crap, please don't kill her. Yep. She's had so many moments in the show where she's like, oh, favorite character. And then like Lung has an awesome moment. I'm like, oh, favorite character. Yeah. And then Grimmer gets introduced at all. Oh, favorite character.
And then Ava, with that episode she got so long ago, half episode, yeah. Yeah.
But but I feel like her character is one that if handled properly not really. It would be one of my favorite female characters in anime.
Until they make it so that you don't know whether it's actually her or Johann, and then it kind of cheats that question because then it's kind of two characters, and then
all I'm saying is I just love her character. When they do the story like this, she gets 1,000 times more interesting because she's just getting screen time. But that's the thing that's like crazy. The only reason, in my opinion, she's not our favorite character is just because she doesn't get enough screen time.
Right. Yep. Totally.
And if she actually got screen time, because she's essentially this is what I really love this triplet theory, even though it's stupid, is that she is Johan in a lot of ways.
Right, and that is what she's supposed
and we
to represent
actually
in the story,
get to
and it
go.
works.
We get to get in her head though.
Right.
With Johan, we don't.
Right.
So in some reason, we vicariously enjoy Anna because
like,
she's part Johan in some ways.
The bad drug over no drug. It's like it would be better to get a direct view into Johan's mind.
Man.
But Anna is not a wholly bad substitute. Now, when she went into that room, I was terrified that the fact that the room was empty. I was so happy. Because
that was stressful.
Because here I was thinking, but they cut away. They cut away suddenly. So
who knows?
But I expected to hear Johan's voice being like,
Boy.
like, just saying something, like, welcome.
Dieter is there though.
Yeah.
In some ways, Dieter is like that spirit guide dog.
Yep.
That the bad guys are all deathly afraid of for some reason.
Right. It's the idea of like Dieter would basically just stare at Johan and be like, no.
Bad boy.
Yeah,
down,
exactly.
Down dog.
Yeah. And that
Johan
probably wouldn't happen, and Johan would, of course, be able to. I don't even want to think about that. But the idea that Dieter could just be like, no, Tenma says this, and Johan's just sort of like, like.
Well, I mean that's the thing. I don't think we're ever going to see a part where Johan. I almost forgot his name. It's working on me now. I don't think we're ever going to see Johan get physical. Ever.
No, I don't think so.
I think he's going to completely rely on his words.
Right.
And maybe a gun. He can
walk no faster than 2 miles an hour. It's an established fact.
No, I completely disagree with that.
That's a joke mostly.
Oh, I got it. Terminator kind of thing, right?
Exactly.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that if Dieter just is immune to the fear of Johan,
I
think that would be like the aura shield protecting.
This good boy cinnamon roll is.
It's like a beholder's gaze, essentially. It's just like, and then he just goes, no. And then it just buffets around him.
Energy battles in Monster.
And Anna's just almost paralyzed in fear because of what's happening, but can't actually think for herself.
And Dieter just takes her hand and he's like, let's go. And then that would be
turns around and walks, but keeps his hand in the background.
Exactly. It's the idea of the child that stares down Cthulhu.
Yes.
And basically gives him a stern talking to, and tells him that he's been a bad meanie.
Yeah, or like the avatar of Cthulhu, because Cthulhu has no real power here than what the other people grant him in that respect. Just by fear.
I'm not sure that's how it works. But
right. But the idea that I'm not afraid of you.
Right.
Crap. That's 90% of my power gone right there.
Right. Well, at least I have this thing.
And Anna's just like pop pop.
I was gonna say Johan, but
Oh right, but
yeah.
It's a good thing I always carry 2 guns.
Yeah.
Guys, this is nuts. This is nuts. My brain hurts. My head hurts. My heart hurts.
Yeah.
My Kokoro needs therapy. And
everything's going to be daijoubu. That's what we need.
And Anna's just like, everything is not daijoubu.
No, but and then he even goes up to Johan and he's like, it's okay. Everything's going to be daijoubu. And then Johan's just no, that wouldn't happen.
Like,
but
they said everything's going to be daijoubu. But what if they're wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This show.
All right, guys, looking forward to the next episode. If you want to see the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access where you can chat with us about stories or whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.